Good evening, Spider Trans. You are first one in. How's your night going? Getting that homework done and such? Got your stretching going on? Happy Foxo. Poking your snoot in here. Hello. Hi, Foxes. Andrew the Fox. Are you alright, Foxes? Your pyramid is lopsided. It's Neko. Good evening. Someone's got Eden on your end? Yeah, I see 2, and then 5, and then 2, and then 1. So it's an oddly asymmetrical pyramid from you. If I told you all we won our first game, yeah, we saw that in the Discord, Andrew. Congratulations. Was it strong offense or strong defense that saved the day? King Wolf, hello. Hi, Midi. Yeah, it's that strong D that you use to pummel your opponent. It's strong offense. Okay. Not the strong D. It's the big O. Understandable. You got some weird internet shenanigans happening, Foxes. You just want to sit back and chill. That's also cool. You unboxed a Japanese Thomas the Tank Engine yesterday, Tetsuneko. Very cool. I see your DM. Internet looks fine on my side. You're only half here, is that what you're saying? Oh no! Got to put on my face. Give me a sec. How embarrassing. Shows you where my head is today. You like a lopsided pyramid? Oh. I'm apparently not all here either. Boop! I got booped. It's a crypto. Yeah. There we go. Lady needs her face on. Yeah. In the jar she keeps near the door. And I would like to also, as a announcement, you may have noticed I now have a stream bean in the corner of my screen. Right over here. Isn't that adorable? That's... oh. Shouldn't cover up the notification, though. The fox is cute, says Jack the Tiger with that raid. You ran late today, foxes. Jack the Tiger. Jack Sensei. Surprised you win that raid. Late. Cute? Pretty. Pretty. Also... Are we back? Hate that stupid thing. It was a reconnecting error. Thank you for letting me know. Obviously my internet connection is fine. It's just a that weird Twitch thing. Thank you again for the raid, Jack. I said basically that I'm surprised that you did the E adjectives and the na adjectives. I thought maybe you just do the E adjectives today. And gone again. I wonder if it's going to be one of those nights.
We're gay like a fox.
Zelix Wolf with the follow. Rick the Coyote with the host. Thank you for putting up with my ISP failing to give me proper adequate service. How are you all doing today? And went down again. And back up. Sigh. I mean, if this keeps happening, I may have to go reboot the router or something. Today is April 14th. Love the teaching stuff too? Well, thank you for popping in. How did you find us? If you're just managed to sort of stumble in here. Immortal, helping us with the date today. Which I will read for you in Japanese. 今日は2021年4月14日。水曜日です。あたり。Very good, Immortal. That is exactly right. 今日は2021年14日水曜日。Perfect. Today is 2021 year, April 14th, and Wednesday. That's what each of the parts means. I wonder if this, how much... I don't think it's my side, since the stream going down still has me able to chat. I wonder if Twitch is having issues, or Twitch-shoes, as I sometimes like to call it. But when most beginners happen, I think it's just early on in the stream. Possibly Foxes. Last night after karate, I was walking in the car and I tripped and hurt my ankle. Ooh. Are you alright? Did you just like skin it or something, or you didn't did you sprain it? Hope you didn't break your leg after all that. Yeah, Twitch shoes. Or Twitch shoes? I don't know. But again, I want to reiterate, you may have missed it early on in the stream because we were, one, starting out, and two, we got raided immediately after. This cute little thing was donated, just given to me as stream art. She calls it a stream bean. This was given to me by Chiomara. And so I would like to shout her out. She's actually working on them. She just apparently just like cranks through these things and it's like, okay, do you want one? Here you go. This is Chiomara, who's actually streaming right now. I popped in there to send her a cash tip and my appreciation. So if you're interested in her art, maybe you could commission her. Maybe you could pop in, give her a follow. Like, that thing's adorable. Hopefully it won't get too much in the way of the notes. Otherwise I'll have to put it somewhere else because I definitely want to show that off as much as I can. It's totes adorbs. But how are you all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well, my internet issues aside. Or if not well, at least somewhat hanging in there. Fortunately, seems to have stabilized. Stream's not going down currently. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all those other things. What shall we do today? anyone who's in the mood to study some Japanese. Hello? Anyone here? There's no point in typing in the chat if I have to retype it 3 or 5 times every time. How is it on your phone? Is your phone doing better? Well, I mean, if you're using the same internet, if you're on the Wi-Fi on your phone, it'll probably be the same thing then. If it is an ISP or a Twitch thing. It does seem actually very quiet, so I wonder if there are other messages getting eaten. But I'm keeping an eye on my my upload rate to Twitch, and it seems to be at a normal level. Well, I'm sorry to hear that there are trouble. It's happening on the desktop and using a third-party app. I'll try the other computer through the VPN. 10 attempts? Oof. Is anyone else having that issue? Is there anyone else in chat still? Nemwolf is here. Okay. Nemwolf is here. Crypto is here. So Foxes has not seen any other message. Do you see those messages that just popped in, Foxes? You can see them on my mini chat up here in the upper right. So you know they're happening on screen. So if you're not getting them, you see them. Okay. So I guess people are just being quiet then. So, what would you like to do today then? We're streaming. We could continue what Jack Sensei was talking about, which was adjectives. We could go through common, like, connecting phrases, things you might start a sentence with, things you might join sentences together with. Also shouldn't end sentences with prepositions, but you know, we like to live dangerously around here. We could go through Polar Bear Cafe, the anime. We could focus on any of the grammar points we've learned recently. Second computer attempt number 6. How weird. Wonder why it's just eating your messages. Alright, I see both of those. Yeah, 2 and 3 worked, no worries. Oh. Yours too, Duchess Lady Cat. I mean, I don't know what to say. So it's possible that some percentage of messages are not coming through. Furry Geek, trying to break silence? Okay, your message is getting through. Just chatting stream without the chat? Well, I mean, we could do that. would be a little lonely for me. I'm getting through now, as I haven't gotten a reply on either of them. I saw your first one, Some Coyote. It got overshadowed by the raid. But, yes. Good evening, Some Coyote. I only got the first one, though. This is your second message that I've gotten. Appointment with podiatrist early in the morning. You start your 4 12-hour shifts. Oof. Didn't sleep well tonight because I slept on and off due to having to go to mandatory all-staff meeting early this afternoon. Great, and was that worth your time? I mean, meetings, yes. Meetings are part of work, but you got to accomplish something, otherwise they're a waste of time. Jesse? Rip? Your messages are definitely coming through now. Sleep is nice, but I don't ever get really good sleep. Are you still tired when you wake up? You might want to look into changing some factors of your sleeping environment, temperature, or brightness. I started sleeping a lot better after I got some blackout curtains for my room. And I got a weighted blanket to help me with all these things. A lot of my faculty meetings are a waste of time. Should have just been in an email. Yep. Or just maybe on Zoom and then you can like mute and go do something else. Not getting a write-up for missing a Mandarin pre, I would say, was worth it. True, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't have gone. I'm saying they shouldn't have held the meeting if it didn't accomplish anything. Peridot Plays, pretty name. Also a 42, very cool. Blackout curtains, yes. Oh, you sleep in the middle of the day. That's why I needed blackout curtains. Yeah, it's a much thicker curtain. It's not really... it doesn't allow light to pass through it, as opposed to some curtains which merely filter some of the light. Hola. Hola, Ali. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Oh, you mean good evening. Konbanwa. I know mi okuri no kata wa... Let me switch this to Japanese. That's a full Japanese sentence there. Mi okuri no kata wa hiroi tenji block made o sagari kudasai. Properly translate that, miyokuri no kata. So miyokuri in Japanese is to like send somebody off. Like you're seeing somebody off at the train. So something along those lines. Tetsuneko. Messages seem okay. I'm starting to fall behind on chat, so that's, I guess, a good sign. Generally, shifts at some point soon. That happens. I'll be after 10 p.m. Central Time arriving sometimes. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, Duchess, so... I have blackout curtains and a weighted blanket. Yeah, especially if you have unusual... sleeping times. I just think weighted blankets are amazing. Like, they are super helpful to me for... you know, staying asleep. Otherwise, I'd often be tossing and turning a lot. Nice outfit. I'm not a furry, but that's cool. I mean, yeah, you don't have to be a furry to like a nice scarf and vest, right? Especially one's license. Especially if you end up sleeping during the mornings like I do. If you want to sleep a little bit later, then blackout curtains are great to have. You need blackout curtains? They're not that expensive, especially if you already have a curtain rod in your windows. But see, I had Venetian blinds, and so I had to take them down and buy a curtain rod for the blackout curtains, but it looks really good now. And so the raid the other night, oh, of course, it was fun. We got to watch you play Clone Hero for your transversary. There's blinds which allowed blind light on my face this morning. That's why they're called blind. No, that's not why they're called blinds. Crypto, but... Home late again, Kunin. Hope you can stabilize your work schedule soon so you can join us. I need to press. Gonna be so lonely and sad in VR chat or something. Be back later. All right, boxes. Understandable. Come back later if you feel like it. My friends make fun of me for liking people who wear outfits like that. Hey, you're just appreciating other people's clothes. It's not you're necessarily wearing them. You want to face the sun? Then you really need blackout curtains. Or when you want to use those kind of curtains when they have cats that want to open the curtains. My cats don't want to open the curtains. They just want to climb under the curtains so that they can sit in the windowsill. You bought thickest blackout curtains? Got to make sure that they cover all parts of the window. Unfortunately, when I set my curtain rod in, it lets like about an inch of light at the bottom of my curtains. You put a hole in your wall? Wait, what? Why? Hey Raven, good evening. Still a lot of light seeps through. You could try pinning your curtains to the wall, Netwolf. Like if they're like not holding, if they're not blocking a lot of light sleeping around the edges, you might try pinning them to the wall. Work times are going to get worse because of extra light? That's not cool. Hey Kalta. Cover direct sun? That's not enough. You need to block more. Theonoa says for me to tell you that she's been up since 4 a.m. today and streaming tired. She's praying for bed. I don't blame her. I mean, 4 a.m. is already a long day. Dev with the host. Thank you, Dev. How you doing? I just got mad on Pokemon Go that I evolved the wrong Pokemon. Oh. Well, I mean, you just gotta grind up for more to get a different one, right? Seeps through the curtain, then maybe you need a second set. Like, sounds like seeps through the curtain, then it's not a really good blackout curtain. The whole point of blackout curtains is it's supposed to let zero light through the fabric. It's supposed to be thick enough that you cannot see through it. You and Ali sign up for COVID vaccine waitlist? I'm excited. I think I can try to sign up tomorrow for the waitlist. Not open until the 15th in California. How's everyone? I'm doing all right. Makes you sad about the hours? Are you getting more money at least, Kunin? Because, you know, if they're not paying you more, then that's a crappy job. If they're at least paying you a lot for the extra hours, then maybe you can endure it until it's time to move. Well, it seems like my hand extremely saying I'm going to try to stick around and see if she's up. Yep, please do. But again, that's just Lady Cat. If you have things to take care of, you need to take care of you as well. Self-care applies to you too. Nice curtains I had at Walmart. They're expensive. My curtains, I think, were like... My blackout curtains were $16, and they're pretty darn good. You might need a second set if it does not blocking it off. Someone with some booze right now, getting a new laptop or getting a webcam Friday. Just gotta figure out a way to get dev done to a streamer rig. Stream rig is hard. You might want to take an existing face rig and just get it recolored, Dev, because that's way cheaper than getting a custom one designed. Like a recoloring might cost you between $50 and $150, whereas if you get a custom face rig designed and rigged just for you, you're looking at $700 to $1,200. More hours equals more money? Hopefully, but that's not always the case, Kunin. Some people work more hours and they're like, yeah, but you're salaried, so you don't get any increase. I'll go ahead and thank you as well for the raid the other night. Surprised how much Ali broke compared to me. I didn't see you break. You seem to be okay. I didn't mean to do anything about that. How do you say blackout curtain in Japanese? That's probably a imported word. Oh, actually, I just wanted to double check and I looked it up, and there is apparently a phrase for it. So let's do that. We'll talk about that. We're talking about blackout curtains. Actually, there is a phrase for it. Ammaku. Literally means dark curtain. These two characters. I asked someone on Twitch if they were vegan and he got pissed at me. He's like, just asking. Yeah, some people are just really touchy. Is there something bad with being vegan? No. So, what's the big deal? 16 each? Should I keep it dark? Yeah, you should. You'll sleep better with less light. But like I said, Nemwolf, you might need a second pair of curtains if your curtains are letting light through. That's not what they're for. Why about possibly switching shifts? I'll end up the de facto team leader because I'll be the longest serving person on the ship. Okay. Does that afford you better salary, or is it just more authority? To those sending off, to those seeing passengers off, maybe, Tetsuneko. Please stand behind the yellow line. Sure. The rest of it sounds okay. Okay with, honestly, but I don't know anyone that does that. You can find people on Twitter who will do rig recolorings. Just make sure you check the prices. I'm hourly to get more money. Oh, okay. Cool, but at the same time, you sound really unhappy with the hours. More money is good, but more hours is bad. It was actually more fine than Ali was, but it was fine. Well, I'm glad you're fine, because I didn't want to, like, upset you. Coca-Cola and bourbon? Isn't that a, like a Roy Rogers? Like a whiskey and Coke? So since today was an amazing day for me, others seem to not be doing so well. Can lighten things up. Just that, yeah, sure. There's a lot of people who are going through stuff today. Yes, there's a specific phrase for blackout curtain. I wonder if they needed them, like, ever since the war or something, to, like, try to block out as much light during wartime, maybe. Guitar Hero 3? Yeah, when was the last time you streamed, Raven? Look, that door will be in the corner? Yes, because Silverpaw, I was saying that was actually a gift. Less work hours is more important than more money? Alright, fair enough. Oh, okay. See, I don't drink, so I don't know the names of these drinks. For those of you who were wondering where the stream bean in the corner came from, from Tiomara. You can find her channel there. She's streaming right now, doing more stream beans. This is something she apparently does. And she's just like, do you want me to draw you one? And like, okay, they look really cute. And then she just like, okay, here, boom. And she like gifted that to me. Thibaut, thank you for the host. You don't drink? Just absorbing all of the water. No, I mean, I don't drink alcohol. I'm having a cup of tea right now. It also will mean an interview for a new position which would be salaried, but also swing shifts, which means I'm going to decline it. Well then just tell them no, so you don't have to worry about the interview. Rogers, Coke and Granny, Shirley Temple is 7-Up and Granny. Well then what am I thinking of then, which is the whiskey and Coke? Or is it just called a whiskey and Coke? What kind of tea? It is peach and passion fruit tea. For 6 months because me and Ali stream together as you. Yeah, but I mean, you help Ali with fair stream, so maybe Ali could help you with your stream, Raven. I'm just scrolling back to see if I missed something. Asking shout out to myself, Mix Ali, that's where I stream. Alright. Really quick, can we go over how to greet or acknowledge a gender-neutral person in Japanese? Someone asked about it in another channel I'm in. Well, I mean, fortunately, the greetings are all... like, gender doesn't pop up a lot in Japanese. The only time is when you're using pronouns, and so in Japanese, you could actually just leave out the pronouns. Very common to just use the person's name as the method of address. ACDO. You're going to go... Of course, when I say it's like a Jackie Daiquiri, it was drink was currently made for the president. 2 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of limeade, 2 ounces of lime juice. That sounds pretty good. I can go with that. There's a rum and coke? Yeah, I know rum and coke, but I thought there was a name for specifically for a whiskey and coke. As far as I know, it's just a whiskey and coke, or you could do a Jack and Coke if you want a Jack Daniels. Ah, maybe that's what I was thinking of? I could have sworn there was somebody's name for that. But, again, I'm not really good with alcoholic drinks. Some people are calling it a highball. Rum and Coke is a variation on a Cuba Libre. Did not know that. Jack and Coke, a JD and Coke, a Jack Coke, or a Lemmy. Alright, did not know that. I'm going to take the interview to see if I can negotiate, but if I can't, then I'll just decline. Well, it's up to you if you want to go through the tension and stress of going through an interview. Going in, but we'll do that soon, but we need to get Ali's schedule down and then work on my channel to get me to affiliate so I can stream at least once a week. Sure. I mean, you may as well. At the very least, it'll give you free emote slots. At least one. 7 and 7 is Seagram 7 and 7-Up. That makes sense. Roger Show Temple. I think Coyote said it was a Coke and Grenadine, and then Shirley Temple is 7-Up and Grenadine, which I used to order those all the time. Can't drink alcohol due to medical reasons. Even if I didn't have medical issues, I still wonder. Yeah, I sometimes see people who drink and then, like, wow, you're acting really goofy and stupid, like beyond where you normally would be, and like doesn't seem advisable. You're to bartender school. Oh. Was it because of watching Tom Cruise in the movie Cocktail or something? I find it stressful. To me, it's exciting. You like interviews? Okay. Cape Cod vodka and cranberry juice. I could see that being popular. When I hear cranberry juice, it makes me think of a Manhattan, though. Anyway, so Raven asked about greeting gender-neutral people. I think it's not going to be that different from a normal greeting in Japanese. Your usual phrases like, konnichiwa, namae-san. Like, greet them by name. Konbanwa, Raven-san, Raven-chan. Like, that's all fine. Just try new skills? You went to bartender school just as a hobby? Okay, sure. How do you politely say I can't drink alcohol in Japan? Because I heard they give you sake when they invite you to their houses. Could be. Or it might be a beer. It depends on the nature of your relationship. If it is more upper class, high class kind of thing, they might give you sake. But if it's just like a coworker or a colleague, they might invite you over for a beer. Yeah, if you want to say I cannot drink alcohol, well, we learned the potential form last time. Watashi wa, talking about I. Arukoru. This is actually the word alcohol. It looks a little weird. Arukoru. To drink is the verb nomu. So that means that we learned the to be able to drink. Nomeru. Right? Mu shifts to the e column from mu to me, and then we add ru to make nomeru. Or o. Nomemasen. You're talking about drinks being all I drink apart from water is mainly Capri Sun passion fruit mango juice. I do love a good mango juice. And actually, I just had some passion fruit juice with dinner. So, yum. I actually thought I'd develop a new skill set for more potential employment chances. But tending bar would basically mean you'd be working in a bar. Is that where you want to work? In my opinion, booze is amazing. I mean, I've heard some people say they really like the taste. I don't. I hate the taste of most alcohol. It tastes like rubbing alcohol to me for a lot of it. So I just don't have really the capacity to drink unless it tastes like there's no alcohol in it. In which case, what's the point? Why am I paying money for something that is expensive? I was 26, 27 years old and a lot smaller and prettier with less weight. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, at that time, I was in Seattle and thought having abundant skills would help me get a job easier. Maybe, but it's a very specific skill set. Like, it would basically mean you could work in a bar or in, like, a club or, I don't know, a burlesque club or other kinds of things where they serve alcohol. Restaurant, I suppose you could work in a restaurant. Kakotora, hello. Spoke with, okay. Hardcore soda addict back in the day. 2 liter of Coke and Rimbos started my Friday night gaming. We take a break around 10 or 11, walk down the 7-Eleven and get a big gulp. Yeah, I mean, sugar is one of the reasons why the US tends to be a little on the larger side. You might try to switch over to substitutes, either going for juice or soda streams. I've heard a lot of people who had soda addictions switching over to soda streams. Drink soda like water. So bad for you. There's so much sugar. So, you know, like an 8-ounce can of Coca-Cola or something like that. You know how much sugar is in there? I believe it's around 12 teaspoons of sugar in an 8-ounce can. It's pretty darn sweet. I had my CNA certification too, so I figured 2 different skill sets in different fields make it easy to find work when out of work. True. I mean, working in a bar pays well, but at the same time you get, you know, can get surly customers, you can get people who are belligerent or obnoxious, and then you also have to keep really late hours, and like you may come back smelling of cigarette smoke and spilled booze. So, I'm only drinking half can more than once a week. See, that's all right if it's just a little bit now and then. Well, good, because you need to focus on getting better, Kakotora. Silver Positive Soda Stream, does it work for you? Could be type 2 diabetic if you have too much sugar. Indeed. And then you really have to cut back on soda. So I cut out sugar in my drinks. I lost so much weight. It's nice. Yeah. Cutting out soda will drop your weight a huge amount because you're taking in so many fewer carbs. Especially carbs with the glycemic index of sugar. Like, you process it like nothing. You burn through it and immediately turns it into free-floating sugar in your bloodstream. I'm not really near that soda anymore. I don't keep it in the house, and because of a good influence in my life, I cut way back on ordering when I eat out. Sure. I mean, now and again, so that you don't fall off the bandwagon, or fall off the wagon, or switch to something better. Switch to something healthier. Going to get all back from my job stress now. You know, you got to take care of yourself, Kunin. Is there any way you can request fewer hours? Family members stayed at my family's house for a while they looked for employment, and they drank 2 cans per meal, ate 4 meals a day. For your health, yeah, that's definitely a path to diabetes. Some restaurants, I've seen a lot of jerks in them. Soda jerks? Or do you mean like actual jerks? Yeah, there's a lot of places, especially I read an article talking about the more expensive the restaurant, sometimes the bigger the jerks they are, because they're like, well, you know, I have money and I'm the patron here, and I should be able to get what I want, including being able to eat without a mask the whole time and getting whatever table I want. Like, no. I was obviously never worked in the healthcare field and long-term care facilities. Trust me, religion options. Well, I mean, they feel trapped in those facilities, so it kind of goes with the territory. Very fortunate that you're not dying. Yeah, I think you are pretty lucky, Coyote. Can't drink what you don't buy. Kind of, unless you order it at restaurants. 1000% correct. That's just Lady Cat likes 1000%. I have soda once a day, then the rest of the day I have water and sometimes tea. You might even try to cut that down. Like, reduce the portion a little bit, little by little, Rick. Video is just a black screen. I have audio and chat still. It's not my side, Coyote. My stats look good. Give it a shot. You might want to try. I mean, job satisfaction is, you know, sometimes more important than making the little bit of extra money. Yes, I would say that is part of OCD, Kakotora, sure. So I got diagnosed type 2 is I have soda when I eat out, only when unsweetened iced tea is unavailable. Yeah, I was going to say natural sugar alternatives like stevia or xylitol would be good, but those are expensive, so yeah. I mean, I get it. Shane Dawson once got $1,000 pizza. Why is it $1,000? What was on it? Was it foie gras and caviar? Sheesh. Celebrities, yeah. The sugar certainly does make you fat. You miss the lessons? Yeah, you do. All right, so here's the notes for the phrase, I cannot drink alcohol. To answer Raven's question. Edible gold flakes and caviar. Well, that sounds like the most expensive hamburger, too, which is in Las Vegas. I think it's $5,000. I think it has caviar and like sliced truffle on Wagyu beef with like a $2,500 bottle of champagne on the side with edible gold leaf. Yeah, it's stupidly expensive. Like, that's such a waste of money. Do not recommend. Let me just put it that way. So, all right, a lot of discussion today about soda and alcohol. Oh, the battle's ready. I don't know why the battle's not popping on the chat, though. But, fortunately, I did hear it. For $5,000, I can get a used car. Oh, yeah, easily. Like, if you're getting, like, an older, like, what, Honda Civic or something like that, you could probably get it for $2,000 to $3,000. $5,000 is a decently nice car. All right, just try to get better. Don't worry about it, Kakotora. All right, the rogues. Nope, did not quite get out with all the chests. And we're fighting Colonel Sanders again. For 5k save for a fursuit. That would get you a nice fursuit. Like, 4,000 I think is supposedly like the new average cost for a custom designed fursuit. If you want 3,000, 3,500-ish, that would be more for a sort of an off-the-rack kind of fursuit. In other words, like a pre-made adoption fursuit. Haldo getting the 9 kills, King Wolf with 8, King Wolf 9 assists, and Velfra with 5. Very nice. King Wolf 3 Berserker Scrolls, Silverpaw getting 1 Musketeer Scroll. So we need to head down here now for our next battle, so because we want to get that blue chest. Anything about the quests? Wait, they reset this to 10? Okay. I mean, I'm okay getting all this extra stuff again. Sure. I mean, you want to give me a bunch of extra scrolls? Sure, I'll take it. I don't know what happened to this quest, but not bad. Oh, 15 unit. One more unit to level 20. I don't know why they gave me a bunch of free scrolls, but okay. And Rogue hit 25. Nice. Gets me not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Alright, back to the classroom. Thanks for waiting. Does King have mic on? Stream Raiders does that sometimes. It just mixes them up occasionally. Guy, 5k, I could get that tracheal shave I've always wanted to take care of. Oh, to remove your Adam's apple? I mean, I don't think you need it, but if it's something you want, sure. I think you look fine, Duchess. They redid the powering up quest chain. Works for me. I mean, I got a bunch of extra stuff for them redoing it. Hey, Lupus. Point me in the direction of that green blue-eyed pretty fox girl. You mean this one in the corner? Oh yeah, I know what a tracheal shave is. But I mean, you could wear a collar. You could wear a choker. You could wear high collar, like a turtleneck or something. Oh no, I know what a tracheal shave is. Could wear a fruity scarf like I'm wearing. Unpractical in the summer? Yeah. Well, then you could go for like a gauzy little neck scarf, or just like a little bandana or something. That works. I sometimes wear my rainbow bandana in the summer. So the trick or shave wasn't gonna help me because I don't have a big enough Adam's apple and I hate it. Yeah, I mean, they're considering the risk of surgery because things like that could go wrong. Like, it's risk versus reward. So, can't wear things hang around the neck in the healthcare field. Ah. Sleeveless turtleneck? Yeah, but still the turtleneck is going to be hot, though. It would just have to be some sort of high-necked blouse or something. Jack Fox? Hit, how's the vibe? Hopefully the chat's fixed. Chat was going a little bit slow because some people's chat messages were getting eaten, but I hope it's fixed. Just like my stream is more stable. How you doing, Jack? Well, no one has suggested what they wanted for stream, so I guess what I'll do is I'll tackle the common connecting phrases then as our topic. Got a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 art book from Barnes & Noble, so I'm so excited. Ah, yes. Some really good games, especially 6. Final Fantasy 6, one of my favorite RPGs. Cells at Work Black Volume 1. I've seen like the first, I want to say maybe 4 episodes of Cells at Work, and then so there's the second series, Cells at Work Black. So I don't know. I'll try to watch that sometime. It looks like a fun edutainment anime series. For people who don't know, Cells at Work is an anime where the main characters are a white blood cell and a red blood cell, and a potential like romance developing, because the red blood cell is this cute little delivery person and the white blood cell is like a security guard in the body. So kind of cool. Heavy pants, jacket, black scarf, including Texas 100 plus summer. Yeah, well, I mean, fortunately, I don't think it gets that hot in the summer where Duchess Ladycat is, but still, she works really long hours. Yin, hi. Very Kitchell, it's good to watch those and then also watch a YouTube doctor react to it to give you more info. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like adapted to an anime setting, so they have viruses and bacteria portrayed as invading alien creatures. You want to get into an office job somewhere, I can do the choker necklace scarf thing. Yeah. Hopefully. You said you were going to interview for that because for better hours and such. Cells Work is a pretty good show. I've seen, I feel like at least 4 or 5 episodes. Goo Devoning. Hey Calamity. Good evening to you. Konbanwa. Hayden Wolf. Wow. Hello Hayden Wolf. It's been a little while. How you doing? Heating can get the temperature up to 99. I still don't think it's as bad as Texas, though. New kit in the bottom corner. Stream Bean is courtesy of Tiomara. Tiomara. She drew that for me and gifted it. She dropped it in Discord if you wanted to see it. I'm in Seattle and the heat index only high for about 2 weeks a year. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you do miss Seattle a lot. I think about it, that's why I'm often always lightheaded as I do sweat a lot. You kind of have to think about what you're wearing if it's gonna make you pass out, RFG. You love Cells Work. Okay, I'll have to watch the series more. It seems a lot of people are enjoying that one a lot. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope so too. It's apparently a really difficult week for a lot of people, so I hope you are doing all right. You're in North Carolina. Not too bad. Assuming you don't get winter storms, and very muggy summers. It's my understanding of North Carolina. It's worth as long as I look fabulous. Looking fabulous is good, but also staying healthy is also good. Headset just broke. Oh. Did like the cable give out, or did it something snap off? Get the glue? If it's something physically breaking, you could glue it back, but if it's a wire, unless you know how to solder, probably not going to help. Just moved away from North Carolina. Where'd you move to? Oh, it snapped. Yeah, glue's going to take a while to set then. In Connecticut, we get 4 seasons in 1 week. I've heard that. Get a few tornadoes, often not much. Well, not just tornadoes. Yeah, well, actually, North Carolina probably doesn't get a lot of hurricanes either. New England? Like, what is it? Springtime in Vermont? I'm more of a West Coast kind of gal, so I've been to those places you're all talking about, but I just can't really think of being anywhere except on the West Coast. My bucket list is to travel to New England in the fall. Well, I mean, you're not that far. You could be a nice drive. Yeah. I mean, you could go through Ohio and Indiana, up through Pittsburgh, upstate New York, and such. That could be cool. Hippie chick? Like, oh my gosh, that's... I feel so called out right now. Yin. I'm not a hippie, I'm just a West Coast kind of gal. Just like my sunshine and my sunny weather, but it's not too hot. When it's springtime in Alaska, I'll be 6 feet below. I've heard spring and summer in Alaska is actually very nice. Very hippie being the Bay Area. Bay Area is a little bit hippie just by the nature of this area. In the spring and fall. I've seen pictures, don't worry. I know. Like to avoid Indiana if I can. Yeah. A lot of ultra conservatives there. Trust me, my boss from Japan came from Indiana. Upstate New York's almost as pretty as Vermont in the fall, especially around, I think it's Poughkeepsie. Yeah, there you go. It's on the screen. Poughkeepsie. That one's a hard one to spell. Seattle Heart and for Seattle is home. Have you thought about moving back? You know, there's a lot of people who would welcome you there. Nature and history. I mean, when you talk about anti-war protests, usually people start talking about UC Berkeley, which is like maybe about half an hour from where I live. Half an hour's drive. So I have to keep the stream at a decent level of volume so it doesn't bug roomies. Well, just keep your speakers close. Like, normally you wouldn't put your speakers, like, right next to your chair, but you might have to. I must do my aftercare for my piercings. I just get super getting giant smiles for everybody. Love my glasses. Yeah. It's good that you're doing some things that are really good for your gender euphoria, Raven. Long distance relationship thing? Yeah, but I meant Duchess, if you and Athena thought about moving to Seattle. Ellie, good evening. How are you doing? Have you heard of The Weeknd Blinded by Light? Yeah, of course I have. In fact, he did that song during the Super Bowl. So the halftime Super Bowl act was done by The Weeknd, where, according to Stephen Colbert, he did this scene where he looked like he was in a giant toaster. Which, if you look at the footage from the Super Bowl halftime show, it really does look like a giant toaster. You're okay. Not great, just okay. Well, okay is okay. Okay is worry about a friend. All right. Understandable. Stuck my head again. Why does music have to be so catchy? Because that's why people buy it. Because it's catchy. And why you get songs stuck in your head. And Blind by Light Man. There are multiple songs with the same names, Calamity. What else? I think to uproot from the home that is owned and not rented, nor will I ask her to enter business here. The clientele of the company, computer consultant and repair business well established. Ah. Alright, that's fair. I didn't realize that the roots were that deep. All right. I was in New York at the live event at the Yard. I heard. The iHeart Music Awards. Ah, okay. Did you ever set your mics back to stereo still in mono? Nope, they're in stereo now. I did that a couple minutes into the first stream where I had both microphones back. It's possible that they sound very similar, though, because now they are exactly the same microphone. He got yesterday, and he's barely talked to me today, which concerns me since he's been having a hard time. Well, I mean, you can reach out, but also they might need their space, Ellie, so... Show concern, show that you're thinking of them, but probably better if you give them space if they're not going to respond to that. Yeah, The Weeknd is very, very catchy. Do a left ear, right ear thing. All right. Foxes, left ear, right ear. Left, right, left, right. Ooh. What? I got 100 bits for being a goof. Thank you for the 100 biddies, Pyro Fox Arts. Blind Lights just 1 to 2 dance, Just Dance choreos. I know by memory. Can't escape his groovy rhythm. That's a good one too. Kind of a inspiring song too. Where's my speakers? Good. Because I spent money on this. Amortization next time saying it. Okay. Perfect. If that's what you want, sure. So your mom is exhausted? Being over 40? I don't think it has to do with being over 40. It's just that I think you've got a tough schedule, Duchess. Top Hat Doge, good evening. Brain tunes it out. See? Not a problem. A static is usually a USB issue. Mine had that and got a new one and it cured it. You mean a USB cable? Oh, I think I do have a spare USB cable. I could try that. Trying to give him space for sure. I'm worried, especially since he's been lonely and I want to push me away or anything. Yeah, but the fact that you're checking in, I think, it's really all you can do. You don't want to force your way in if he wants space, because that will just cause him to run away from you, and you don't want that. This evening for me, last day of work before I get my weekend on Thursday, Friday. Oh, all right. Nice. Do you have any plans, Top Hat Doge? I talked yesterday about anxiety and trauma. I worry that might be avoiding me. possibly Ellie, but you also might be reading into it. It's possible that he just might be sort of in his head, and it's exhausting dealing with that, so he might just be resting. Or like someone in Jackbox talked about depression napping. Like these are things that people go through, and so it may not be anything personal to you. It might just be a matter of, they've got stuff going on. But, the fact that you are checking in, that you are, some people, even if they're depressed and even if they're not responding, if they know that somebody cares, if they know that you are reaching out and, checking in, seeing how they're doing, asking after them, even that is a good level of care. I'm debating hard on drinking night. I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, but I don't know what I might do. Drinking by yourself? Not necessary. I personally, instead of drinking, I usually just play games or watch streams, or if there's anything you want to catch up on, TV programs, anime, like alcohol is usually an expensive hobby. I wouldn't recommend it, except maybe social drinking. That could be a thing, but drinking by yourself, a lot of people who drink by themselves are self-medicating, and that's not good. It means that they're often using alcohol as a way to like forget about their week or forget about their problems or anxieties or stress. And it comes back because you're not actually treating the you're not treating the problem, you're treating the symptoms. I like drinking from time to time, like a nice drink and just to watch the stream. Yeah, but I mean, you could accomplish it with other things. Don't like to get drunk. Okay, well that's good. Currently an airman deployed in the U.S. Air Force joining the family. All right, that's cool. Thank you for your service, Hayden Wolf. Very cool that you are an airman in the fandom. And you're a wolf in uniform. I mean, it might be more appropriate if you were like an eagle or something, but wolves are cool, and Air Force members are cool as well. Karate and for fandom for antidepressants, sure, because fandom will give you your support network and positivity. Karate, workouts, discipline will give you some positive hormonal support. Drink cons when not at home? Fair. I don't drink at cons either. Just because, why? Myself as a way to self-medicate. Tag next time. Hashtag yin yang koi. You're wonderful, you're intentional, you're beautiful, handsome, you're loved, you're cared about, you're unique, you're terrific. Don't let the negative ones bring you down. True. Let it out, too. Like, share this with somebody if you are stressed. Because keeping that kind of thing to yourself does you no good. You're welcome. Again, thank you, Hayden Wolf. You love love? Love is great. I love it, too. Good night. Good night, Duchess. Get some rest. Good luck with your shifts tomorrow. I know there's might be stressing you out, but please try to just take it as it comes. It's not a social drinking more, especially after getting what I assume was unintentionally drugged. Oof. Did someone slip you something, Pyrofark? Yeah, I could see not wanting to get into that. I was somebody that I used to hang out with in Japan, loved drinking, and then got slipped something and they took his wallet and IDs and everything. I'll be here Saturday night live from the office of work. Saturday Night Live. SNL. Starring Duchess Lady Cat. You know, I just might smoke some mixture of rose petal, lavender, mullein, and mugwort. It's healthier than alcohol and helps me relax. All right. If that helps, I don't know about smoking plants, but not my specialty. Persuading the herb? Okay. Not my area, so I hope you just know how to do that safely. Had trouble finding Animals Watch found one wolf? Sure. There are more furries in the armed services than there used to be. So that's good. Wanting that one? You're the one who phrased it like that. I thought it was intentional, Duchess. It's healthy? Well, I mean, as healthy as inhaling smoke is, which is already going to have some small level of carcinogenic effect, but certainly better than smoking tar or even vaping. So there's that. Well, Margaret precursor. See, I don't know much about herbs. I know a fair bit about diet and nutrition, but herbs is kind of a foreign thing to me. Most we know what you can counter. The only thing I've heard people smoking herb-wise is smoking cloves, which they also talk about how awful it is, so it doesn't sound very attractive. It's very warm in Seattle for how our spring's going. We're supposed to hit 75. Sounds a little on the cool side, but 75 is, I suppose, nice for Seattle. YouTube helps you out a lot? Sure. But you can also find a lot of people here on Twitch. YouTube is all right. I just prefer Twitch for how much more interactive it can be. We're having my usual rum and coke 1 second. Next, I was on the couch in the owner's office a couple hours later. Whole line of questioning was weird. Oof. Questioning like, oh, who are you hanging out with? Did you notice anyone putting something in your drink? I mean, that's... Obviously, you probably wouldn't have noticed it, otherwise you wouldn't have drunk it. Have you noticed kit pre-mint testing now that you know something are... I do happen to know that mint is very minty. Because I know about cooking, that means I know about some herbs. I'm talking about, like, herbs that are not often put into food. Yin yang. You goof. Smells quite nice, but it tastes a bit of an acquired. Okay. I actually don't know what any of those would taste like. Some phrases you might use in Japanese, or phrases that you use in English and will sort of stumble upon them. By the way, in other words, you're totally a goof. Don't deny it, Yin. Let's make sure once in a while is a treat. Let's say use this offering. Okay. I mean, it's good not to smoke things too often. I know a lot of people are saying that, yes, it can be healthy, good for your lungs, but my neighbors used to smoke their own barbecue a lot, and then one of them developed throat cancer, which was really difficult because I had known that neighbor my whole life. So, moderation, please. But food, the other day I had a burrito with ghost pepper sauce. Yeah, you mentioned that. But that sounds really good to me. I would totally eat that. Sounds lovely. A lot of like super spicy sauces that people have, not that spicy to me. Clove oil for numbing things. Use clove oil to anesthetize fish in college. Oh, huh. I didn't know it had anesthetizing properties. Roommate is learning Japanese too. I just found she's actually quite awesome. All right, nice. That's something you can talk about. If your roommate wants a place to practice, she could come here. I have trouble finding animal persona, which is a wolf. I do Discord and Twitch. Yeah, sure. Definitely very social. Other places you can find a lot of furries is on Telegram. How about? Sure. How about something? Let's actually close your lungs, or especially clear. Yeah, but still, smoke does have an effect even if you breathe it in, breathe it out, and doesn't seem to leave any kind of residue. We're talking about the nature of things that are smoked. I mean, smoking with like hickory chips or things like that for barbecue is not generally considered a health risk, except if you do it all the time. Smoke does cause cancer. It is a cancer-causing agent, but not as much as some of the other ones, but over time it will do stuff to you. Helps when you have problems with your lungs or sickness with your lung. Yeah. I mean, like, sure, clearing stuff out if you have mucus or, like, blockages and stuff rising from tar or other kinds of things you may do. Regular's friends with most of the tenders. Only come in to say hi. I get the usual rum and coke with a country fried steak. I didn't get to see my steak that night. Ooh. Well, I mean, if you're a regular, hopefully the staff were looking out for you. Sephiroth. Thank you for that host. Hickory chips doesn't sound healthy. I mean, that's commonly what barbecue is smoked with, because hickory chips or apple wood or other kinds of very fragrant woods are put into smokers, and you just burn it and then you just leave it in the smoke. You're basically marinating meat in smoke, or even liquid smoke. Ever heard of the Carolina Reaper? Used to be the hottest pepper. Apparently there's some new Caribbean pepper that's even hotter. Second try. Okay. Sephiroth. Don't you smoke? I am telling you, it's one of the most popular woods to smoke barbecue with. Fragrant wood. There are other people who like really fragrant wood, if you know what I mean. Evo? Moshi moshi, not mushi. Let me put that in the notes. Moshi moshi. This is a common phrase to answer the phone with moshi moshi. Not mushi. Mushi means insect. It can also mean steam. Or ignore. ignore is this third one. Mushi, like not seeing. Smoking out of a pipe. Yeah, probably not. Probably not a good one. Don't be sorry. This is a classroom. Making mistakes is good because then you learn. I'm not upset. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to inform you. Smoke with cedar. That's what you meant. No. Not in a pipe. I'm talking about barbecuing. Yes. You answer the phone in Japan with moshi moshi. This is also a good thing you can say if somebody's like totally spacing out, and you can like, "Ano moshi moshi," like, "Are you there? Hello? Have you ever had barbecue shrimp?" Oh yeah. I wouldn't be talking this much about barbecue if I hadn't had it before. Kansas City. It's one of the more famous areas for barbecue. Although, if you're in North Carolina, then yes. North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama also claim to be barbecue capitals of the United States. Smoke pine? I didn't think pine was something you could smoke. I like to imagine they didn't really care. I know I weigh enough that if someone's going to try something, it'd be way too obvious. They try to move me from the counter. Yeah. Well, but that's why it's, if you're going to drink, it's better to do it with friends you trust, or in a place where you know the like the servers, the bartender, because if something happens, then they can try to do something about it. Raised in St. Louis? Sure. You can if you try hard enough. I mean, if you try hard enough, you can smoke anything, but it doesn't mean you should. What are some other phrases? Anyway, sure, that's a good one. Ever played VR chat? I have done VR chat, but I don't have a VR headset, so it was just the desktop mode, which to me felt very limited, because you can't like move your arms around, or like it's very wooden if you don't have a VR headset. When I black at home, I know everyone. I'm certainly going to get home safe. True. Isn't it better not to black out at all, though? Can I get the word for help? What kind of help do you mean? Like, help with your homework? Or do you mean a word that you could yell out on the street in an emergency? Like, there's a lot of different nuances to the word help. In an emergency. Sure. I'm not asking for a lot. I think this is fairly reasonable. Help or help me would often be the word tasukete. From the verb tasukeru, to help or assist somebody. Louder with Kershaw. Ratio? What do you mean ratio? Think I could scream as loud as possible? But people may not know what to do about that, though. And here I am, telling you the word that you could ask for help. Not blacking out. I remember the embarrassing thing you do at the gay bar. Or you could just tone it down, Yin. You know German? German is an interesting language. Problem is, anytime I hear someone speaking German, they always sound at least a little bit angry. Let me think, is there another way? You want to say like look out or danger would be the word abunai. Boxy Ellie with the host. Thank you, Ellie. Tone it down whenever I've done that. I think only when you're asleep, Yen. Otherwise, it is turned up to 11. Can you help me cook? Ah, see, that's a different kind of help then. Could you help me cook, for example? In this case, the ryori would be cooking cuisine. Tetsu daimasu ka? In which case, this is a different verb. This is more like assisting people, like helping them out, as opposed to like saving somebody. Very different. So it's all help in English, but in Japanese they're separated into could you give me a hand versus like save me from danger. Very different. Old enough to freeze the balls off of brass monkey. Sounds imperfect. Brass monkey is what bigger ships tie off to when they dock. Ah, the like what are they called? Like the brackets that the ropes tie off on. It's called brass monkey. Oh, okay, didn't know that. Trying to stifle you? No, I'm just trying to keep it real. You know Russian? That's impressive. Oh, Kiryu-san. こんにちは、お元気ですか？元気ですよ、キリュウさん。ご機嫌よ。キリュウさんはお元気でしょうか？ RFG is throwing the accent request out to chat. Want to go over all the helps? I mean, those are the main kinds of helps that I can think of. Is there another one? I mean, sure. Like, people can throw questions and answers out. I'm just trying to think of things that could be useful. I'm gonna go take care of the stream raiders. But if you think of something that you might like to say, then let me know. Could you help to help replace with a different idea like assist? So the different verbs, I've laid out basically the two main verbs that one would use for that. Ooh, am I gonna get the big kill bonuses for all these things? Oh, nope, I died. Did I get my 5? Oh, I only got 4! Darn it, that last one got me. Aldo, 15 kills. Sadako and me with 11. Silverpaw, 8 assists. King Wolf with 7. King Wolf, Barbarian Scroll. Random Fur Geek, Buster Scroll. Happy Foxo, Centurion Scroll. Blue Chest Alert. Get at least 1 unit in for a chance to get a blue chest here. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any mutants on. Oh, there are a couple mutants here. Darn it, someone else is there? I don't see them. There. Let me clear my quests, and then boom. Rare scrolls, getting some Horbeast scrolls. What, that didn't get me a level? Oh well. Huh. Hey After, how you doing? No, like, could you help me with my homework? Is that help replaced with a different idea? Nope. It's the same idea as it is on this sentence. You need to crash? Hope you have a stream. Good night, Yin. Enjoy passing out in your bed. Could you help me with my homework? Same thing. Help there's been an accident. You turn it up. Those would be the two different types. An emergency help would be the one that I have down here. Would be this one. Whereas this one is more like lend a hand or assist. Would be the verb tetsudau. Literally, the kanji for hand is right here. And then this means to like convey or pass on to somebody. So you're literally giving them a hand. You ever played Grand Theft Auto 5? Nope, I've watched it. Grand Theft Auto, not my kind of game. I'm doing well After. How are you? Because either way, you are merely helping someone with a non-urgent thing. You're just assisting them. They're doing the work, and you're adding a little bit. Whereas when you are rescuing somebody from danger, you're doing most of the work because they're in trouble. You see how the difference is? Taskeru is like, you are 100% saving someone from a bad situation. Whereas, where you're helping them cook, helping them with their homework, they're doing like 80% of it, and you are like giving them a hand and giving them 20%. Cute art? That is from Tiomara. I think I may have to put that in the panels, because that little cutie may be there a while. My bad, lol. I recognize she's I'm over here. Yeah, he's a pillow, but no one has to know that. That's fine. No one will know. Just you and me and all of the people that watch the stream. Homework. Shukudai is the word for homework. Foxy Summer Dance. Hey Foxy Summer Dance, how was your stream? Borderlands 2? Okay. Very cool. Are you playing by yourself or with a group? Because Borderlands games are really fun with other people. because then you get to use all of the different like class specialties, and you have people who can use some of those weapons that can only be used by certain classes or are much better used by some classes. Oppenheimer, hello. You're a very private person? That's good. We'll keep it just our secret between all 40, 50 people who hang out here. Good evening, Oppenheimer. There's actually an open request for an accent. They just said, like, they'll leave it up to somebody in chat. Do you want to fill that gap, Oppenheimer? Sure to mark that down as a phrase to practice? Sure. You should do that. How do you say katana in Chinese? I don't know how you say it in Chinese. I could tell you how to say it in Japanese, since that's the language I know. Really good? Oh, with David. Okay. Good, good. Are you playing the Siren? Because that's always the class that I played, Foxy. Coel with the host. Alright, Oppenheimer saying French. Is that okay? And Fergig says, okay. Eats me? No, don't eat me. I've got things to do. Have you tried Ghost of Tsushima? No. I do not own that game, but I have watched people play it. Jack Fox wants the uwu voice. Playing as the assassin. Is that significantly different than the Siren? Because the Siren was the assassin class in the first one. She could go invisible and like got special attacks for stealth attacks and such. Afterthought wants the uwu voice. Random Furry Geek, it's your call. You're getting the suggestions. Same specials, but different character. Okay. Alright. I played a lot. I played from beginning to end in Borderlands, but I don't think I played Borderlands 2. Alright, got my timer ready. Set to 3 minutes, just waiting for confirmation from RFG, what they would like. All right. It's that Twitch thing again. I actually didn't do anything. It hit 0 and then it came back all by itself. I went onto my phone to try to say in chat that everything was fine, but I hate listening to my voice. Bleh. Stream should be back. If you're not hearing it, refresh the stream. Tadaima, 戻りました、キリーさん。 Disk. Maybe I can move this one tab in. Boom. Nope. 2. There we go. I'm fun that you have TMR's art up on my stream. She just followed Foxy. So I popped into Tiomara's stream because I saw that Coconut Corgi was saying, hey, I'm going to be on here, pop in. And so I popped in just to see the art. And then Tiomara was like, hey, you want some art? I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I didn't ask for it, but I'm very happy that she gave me the art. It's so cute. I mean, if people are going to... It's great advertising. I mean, I'm going to plug Tiomara's channel as much. She randomly popped in on us playing. It's... Well, I mean, Tiomara is in our Discord. Is in the Foxhole Discord, Damon. So when Foxy advertises her stream in self-promotion, it's possible that Tiomara saw it there and jumped in. So... Yeah, I mean, go ahead and plug your streams in the promotion channel. That's what it's for. And sometimes you'll get people who like pop in and like, well, let's try something new. Let's spin it out spin the wheel and see. So, yeah, you might find new viewers that way. So that's why it's important to plug your channels. Trying to think about any other phrases that you start your sentences with that you might want to know in Japanese. I'm trying to think of some common ones, but these are the only ones that are coming to mind so far. Mazu? Sure. Could you? Well, I mean, I'm doing the could you. The thing about could you, though, in Japanese, it's a little bit different because it's part of the verb more than part of the start. Excuse me? Sure. That's a good one. First of all, or firstly. Sumimasen. 失礼します。Have you? A little bit different. But, I mean, I can talk about have you. Have you's a little bit different because, again, it's going to depend on... Oops. Have you... Like, have you ever gone to Europe, for example? 必ず? Kind of. Sure, we can put that in there. Definitely. Like, without fail. 必ず. I'm gonna tab this over one just so it's... Phrase like my bad. Warui. Or even double it. Warui warui. This is if it's in the present tense. If it's something that you're apologizing for in the past, warukatta. In the past. Aikawarazu, yep. That's like, yep, you never change. Or always the same. Wanikani, I taught you that one, Foxes. I've used that in the past. Nasty whiskey looking for cooking purposes? Huh. The main place I hear people use whiskey for cooking is for barbecue. What else? What else we might say? Like that's amazing. すごい or something like 素晴らしい. Dang it. Ran out of space. Your master's sergeant in the Air Force? Cool. That's some good work. Even going up the ranks. Well, actually... Oh yeah, that's a good one. Sure. Actually... Need to try WaniCon again? I would focus more on the kana for now, Kunin. WaniKani's specialty is kanji and vocab. So, and then it's going to like drill you pretty hard in reading. So you, in order for your reading to progress, you have to be really good at reading the kana. Now let's pretty quickly focus on the kana first. Then you can go to WaniKani. If you need the assistance of a program to help you, you might try going to Duolingo for the start, because they will help you a bit with the kana, with the hiragana, the katakana. WaniKani maybe later could be useful. Going back to school to study ancient languages? You mean like what? Ancient Greek? Or Egyptian? Sumerian? Babylonian? Like, how ancient are we talking about? I really like the feedback WaniKani gave me. I wish I had a program for kana like that. Apparently Duolingo helps you do that now. Chris is being temperamental tonight. It is, Raven. Not only has my stream like shut off 3 or 4 times already, but it's eating people's messages. I wonder if people are trying to DDoS them or something. To decipher ancient languages. Again, but still, what ancient languages are you talking about? You doing a shot? Might help you. Better than WaniKani. WaniKani will not hold your hand with the kana. It's just going to be like, well, here's the word in kana. What does it say? And you're like, I don't know. Using marinades mostly is not a thing I cook with frequently, but it's definitely good when doing a Philly cheesesteak. Ooh. I do like Philly cheesesteaks, but man, I saw those on Food Network the other day. And wow, it's a lot of fat. Because you're mostly using like skirt steak with lots of cheese, and then you have oil from the onions, fat leaking out of the meat, and it all gets soaked up in the bun, so you're not actually losing it. It's dripping from the fillings onto the bread, and so you're eating all of that. What are some other phrases? What the heck? Or what in the world? Itai nan. Arbeen, random bit? You just flicked a penny at me? Sure. Arbeen, how you doing? Arbeen is a streamer in the Philippines. Playing Valorant. Alright. Other than Overwatch, I sort of stopped playing shooter games. Competitive shooter games, because get me too riled up. Still working up? Working, that's good. Good to stay busy. Wish you could get bit ads? I mean, part of it just has to do with the region. I would think that this greater Seattle region would get bit ads. Templar Knights with a K. Christian language deciphering. Ah. Sounds like some Da Vinci Code kind of stuff. I need rest for time, so hurry up. Yeah. Make sure you take a break. Take a rest. What are some other phrases? Maybe, or perhaps. Twitch has only given me one bit ad since October. Huh. Some people, like, get bit ads all the time. Like, Random Furry Geek, like, farms bit ads all the time to give for the tuition. So it's weird that they're getting it and you're not. You've never seen a bit ad. Well, I mean, Canada probably doesn't get as many ads as the US does, so blame Canada. Makes me think of South Park now. Aren't getting them and others aren't either. Well, I mean, part of that is, perhaps some companies aren't doing as well during the lockdown, so they may be cutting back on their marketing. Canada Light. Washington State is not Canada Light. What are some other phrases? I might label this as great as well. Well, that's great. Depends on your meat, to be honest. I know my source my beef directly from the farm, so I know what I'm getting. Aside from that, I strip up either sirloin or shred cube steak a bit more. Plus, you can drop the oil content by using either different oils. Yeah, you can. Or you can also, like, if you are cooking it on the grill rather than on like a griddle, more of the oil will drop out. Of course, it just makes a mess below it, but at least it's not you're not keeping it stuck in there. Twitch has been doing that a lot lately. Like, I don't get an alert on the screen. I'm getting the music, but it's not saying anything. It's not popping up in chat, and it's not popping up on my activity feed. I didn't see who it was. So I meant bigger huge. Nope. Absolutely not. That is not what it means, MIDI. Sugoi is great. Big or huge would be dekai or oki. That's why I'm saying, don't use anime to learn Japanese, because people paraphrase in the subtitles all the time. It's better to learn from an actual teacher. Never seen a bit ad. I've been on in the US ever since I was on Twitch. Weird. Kaiser Wilhelm. the Kaiser Wilhelm? Somehow doubt that, but maybe a Kaiser Wilhelm then. Have you heard of the Aurora Borealis? Yes, the Northern Lights. Post alert now is my way of remembering that I'm a millennial. Was that yours? Was that your host, Zephyr the Skunk? Because it did not show up on screen. But if that was you, thank you. If it wasn't you, thank you for coming anyway. But I don't know who that was. Yes, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. Correct. A little bit grammatical error if they translate the Japanese per phrase. Yeah, and that's what some people do, is they'll be like, oh, Google Translate, that's good enough, right? I've seen some subtitles on anime that's like that sometimes, like, don't do that. That's awful. Alright, Stream Raiders time. Hope I got my one mutant in there. I needed one more. Why are we fighting aliens anyway? I didn't get one mutant in there. 10 bits from Pyro Foxart. Thank you for the dime. Love Kate, you're a good Foxo. I try. Not great. I'm okay. I made a character with a t-shirt that said had Sugoi on it. Yeah, it means great. King Wolf, 13 kills. Quilton Zen and Where's Paldo with 12 just behind. Quilton Zen, 5 assists. Some Coyote with 5, Paldo and Silverpaw with 4. Cyber Monk, I got a skin. Yay! 15% chance. 200 gold going to King Wolf. Happy Foxo getting a Fighting Work Soul, therefore getting a Centurion Scroll. Where are we going? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll go down here. Even though I do want to kill these mutants, I think some people may be relying on the kind of monsters that are in the other boss battle. Paldo again, chat. They don't have to. Not required. They can just sit and lurk, or they can be in Stream Raiders. That's their prerogative. Shoot, is there any... Can't think of any other phrases off the top of my head. Free hugs for everyone. Thank you for for a corgi dime, Pyro Fox Arts. I'll be back. I'm going to the store. All right. Stay safe. Don't drive too fast. Friend keeps hopping on and offline. He hasn't talked to me. Well, you've reached out. I think you've done your due diligence, Ellie. If you push too much, he may ignore you even harder. I wouldn't reach out more than maybe once every 2-3 hours. You're still asking. Just because you're asking for in a different way doesn't mean that you're not asking. So I've asked you not to ask about that, UCDO. Alright, maybe this is good enough. This is a pretty good list of things. Yeah, these are some really good phrases for starting your sentences off. So that you have something to, like, have as a rejoinder. When somebody says something, you're like, oh, anyway, by the way, even so, however, like, so you're not always having to say, like, watashi wa, like, you don't have to start out always with the same things. Hey, furry little friend. 3 days of soaking bath some old metal Warhammer parts back down to raw metal. Oh, did you have to, like, strip off the old paint or something? Yeah, that's cool. Are they pewter figurines? Be careful. If they're pewter, don't lick your fingers. Because it's going to have lead in it if it's pewter. Oh, back to what Kunin was asking about. Have you ever done this? Want to give them a facelift and get old pewter ones? All right, well, make sure you take care of dispose of the water and wash your hands, because I don't want you getting lead poisoning, Damon. You're back? I thought you went to the store. That's really fast, Hayden. Lead used to be used as sweetener. Lead used to be used in a lot of, like, quote-unquote silverware, and used to be used pewter mugs. Used to drink from those all the time, and then they would go a little bit crazy in the Middle Ages. Pewter used to be used in plates, in forks, and, like, I mean, it was great for making dining ware that would stand up to a lot of the abuse. They didn't know it caused psychological problems. So here, the key thing here, the key part of have you ever something, is this section here. This is the verb to go, or you're following along at home and can't read the kanji and kana. This section, this verb is the verb past tense of the verb to go, plus koto. Oh, there's a store above your house. Above your house? Huh. I could see that being below your house. That's usually they want it on the first floor. I used acetone to strip the paint. It was needing a long sew because of how tight some of the spots were. Ah, okay. Have you ever blank? Then translate into Japanese as something ta koto ga aru. So it's going to be the verb that you're asking about in the the plane past. So this involves the plane past tense of the verb. So didn't need to handle it too much, just had to sit and wait for it to finish. Yeah, but you're going to be working with it, so... Like when you pull it out of the acetone, well, I mean, if you're using acetone, I assume you're using gloves and tongs and that kind of thing. So just make sure you wash your hands if you ever touch it with your fingers. Fox butts are nice? They are. They're cute and furry and sweet. On the road next to my house. Oh, okay. I was going to say, a store above your house would be weird. All right. Any questions about what we've talked about so far? This whole list of useful connecting phrases. If you think of any others, please let me know. Oh, I thought of a couple, actually. Like, who knows? Hmm? This just becomes sa ne. Or... oh well. Ma ne. Or mai. That's an otterbutt? That's not an otterbutt, that's another fox. Okay, Mitty. I mean, we weren't talking about being on camera. Have you ever been to Charlotte, North Carolina? I've passed through, but we didn't stay long. Random Furry Geek didn't come back, so they didn't say what kind of accent they wanted for their redemption. I kind of want to wait for them to come back, but I'm not going to wait forever. Can't be helped? That's a good one. This is not vent? No, it's not. This is the stream, Mitty. 仕方ない。しょうがない. What's the difference? I mean, as far as I can tell, there's no real difference. It's basically saying that there's nothing that you can do about it. Actually, there's another form of it as well. Doshiomonai. Because it's this feeling of frustration. Like, so there's a lot of phrases in Japanese for this kind of thing. It's like, well, can't be helped. There's nothing you can do. There's no way around it. They're basically all the same. I mean, we have a lot of phrases for it in English, but they all amount to the same thing. It's like, yeah, nothing you can do. No way around it. You plan on doing VR in the future? Maybe. I mean, I don't have VR hardware currently, and I also have very small space in my room. So I would have to like do a seated version of it. It's possible, but I would possibly have to redo my room in order for that to work, Hayden. But, you know, you never know. It's possible that I could even use VR just to have an interesting, like, little VR character instead of a face rig. But, who knows? That'll be some ways down the road. Beat Saber stream? I haven't played rhythm games much lately, and plus, I mean, Beat Saber you tend to swing around a lot. I kind of wish I had tried it back in at Further Confusion. They had a game room where they had all these game systems set up, but instead of Beat Saber, I was mostly playing DDR, Dance Dance Revolution. Your classroom with you in a teacher's outfit? What kind of teacher's outfit are you thinking? Are you thinking like... Are you thinking like pencil skirt with a very tight blouse and a vest? Is that what you're thinking, Damon? Right here? Maybe. Could give it a shot, but then I'd have to like set up... I'd have to like find a model or something to try. Is that what you're feeling that day? I mean, I am wearing one of my usual, like, green plaid skirts. I guess it's kind of teachery. You use a VR chat model with something like VC Face or Suvan still use regular webcam. True. True. I would have to find a VR chat model, though. I mean, this one has served me pretty well. But VR, like, face rig models and VC Face are very, very different. Rob picked up a new mic today. It's so nice. What kind of mic is it? Is it like one of those really popular like podcast streaming mics? Like Like the what's it called? The AC 2020 HyperX Solo Cast. Fancy. I'm just using some professional stage microphones, but you know, some of these new ones are pretty darn fancy. Well, does anyone have any other questions for what they would be interested in saying? Prying Flyer. How's it going? Welcome back. Best mic I've ever used for under 80. Well, my mics are 40 each, so mine comes out to about 80. Kermit the Frog. Definitely makes him look like a puppet with that emote, though. Well, looks like all the questions have dried up. So, I suppose I could switch over to Polar Bear Cafe Anime, or start teaching another grammar point, which is volitional form, maybe. Not getting any big requests. Ani melon. Was the too much thing? Oh, sure. That's a good one to know. Let me pause the anime before it starts playing. Are you transgender? I am so sorry to add. No, no, no. I mean, as long as you're asking in a respectful manner, you're free to ask, Hayden, as long as it's not the WTF or you no, like as long as it's not like that. Like mostly, like kind of, somewhere in there. Somewhere between kind of and mostly. Too much or too many. Too much or too many will then change into welcome transgender for yes, that is what WTF means indeed. Do you prefer the she pronoun? Yeah, kind of, although I'm not going to get on people's case if they use he or they. I mean, at work I go by he, just because I don't really want to explain. So too much or too many something in English would then turn into something sugiru. Sugiru. Welcome to FurCon. Welcome. to Jurassic Park. So this is the general form of too much or too many. Like, too something. It's too hot. For the weather versus temperature to the touch. I'm too something to something. All right. We'll take a look at that. So we basically drop the E form. This would normally be atsui, but the E drops off, and then we get atsu sugiru. This would be if in the case of weather. And sugiru. Oops. Atsusugiru to the touch would be this. There's two different kanji in Japanese depending if we're talking about the weather or if we're talking about, oh, that's too hot to touch. I want to read this manga I bought, but I also want to listen to it. You can try to do both. A lot of people apparently do use me as background noise, which I guess is okay. It does feel a little weird. People are like, you are excellent background noise. I'm like, okay. Or the dinosaurs are just furries. Are they like regular sized furries, Raven, or are they actually like dinosaur sized furries in fursuits and whatnot? To the touch. It's actually a completely separate word for cold. Fortunately, for hot, they're the same thing. But for cold, they're actually different words. Ouch? What's ouch? Dinosaur-size dino furries. Dino Crisis! That'd be kind of cute. Well, that'd be fun. Like if you did like a Jurassic Park skit for a FurCon or something. Ouch being background noise. Well, I mean, not as fun for me as if people were paying attention, but still, I guess if I'm being useful, I'm still being useful. I think you probably want to do the negative form of the last verb, foxes. Smallest Overlord, good day to you. New Foxo, so cute. That was a gift from Tiomara, which, when people ask, I'm going to shout her out because that was a lovely free gift. She just drew that for me, and I'm like, okay, oh wait, you can't see. Thank you for also reminding me that people can't see that far down because of Foxo. Also, the easiest way to do that, foxes, I'm too sad or tired to learn right now. 私は話しすぎて or 疲れすぎて学べない。それは今 we'll put ima in here to say now. Lil Kit. Tiomar apparently calls them stream beans, but Little Kit is fine too. That's cute. In the way of the notes. How's that? Or I could even flip sideways. Smaller Kit? Basically, except eyes are going to be a little bit reversed, but still. Also, what's it? Edit, transformation, rotation. There. How's that? Little lap box. We can just use Tayform Connect Ideas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tayform is super important. Very useful. Sure. So, 今、話しすぎて or 疲れすぎて学べないんです。Well, yes, the indes especially we're explaining something. Or I really feel this way. Slightly undermines your sentence, though, Foxes, to say, oh, can you teach me how to say that I can't learn right now? Manabemasen. No, you actually can't use des with the mas form. You would have to just drop the des there. Mo manabemasen. That would be an equivalent phrase. Manabenain desu or manabemasen. Jack spent the points for the uwu voice, which hurts my soul slightly to do, but we'll let it happen. Phoenix! Hey, good to see you. Back from late breakfast, I'm still busy with chores. I don't get rest during my days off. Which is weird. Like, your days off you'd think would be more restful, and yet it's not. How you doing, Phoenix? There's no for emphasis for the polite form then because this has des, it's polite enough. Yes. which is why I often will default to the past form so that I can put this ndes in there, because I often am trying to explain myself. Why am I saying this? What does this mean? Like, how is my like emotional state right now? Surviving. Finally got my copy of Rosetta Stone levels 1, 2, and 3 for Japanese. All of my 25 copies of... What? Why do you have / need 25 copies of Diablo 3? Well, let me know how Rosetta Stone is working for you, because I've heard that it used to be one of the more expensive programs for learning language. Like back in the day, back when it first came out, I think it was like $500 to $800. Long story, but I saw them in the same auction and I was like, I can't pass this up. I mean, you could divide up the lot and sell them individually. How much did you pay for 25 copies? You could probably sell them for like $1 or $2 each and both make you and them very happy. Auction house? That's what I was saying, basically. I'm a little worried about this group up here. I think this group is going to be fine. I'm going to put the spell up here. These people I'm not worried about Velfer. Velfer is going to, like, smack the heck out of them. I saw Velfer down here, I'm like, they're fine. Cunning Quill, 14 kills. Velfra with 12. Velfra, 4 assists. And Wandering Mar with 2. Buster Scroll, going to Some Coyote. Jack Fox getting a Healer Scroll. Silverpaw, 3 tank scrolls. Kind of tired of this layout. I keep getting a lot of these. That's twice now. Okay, finally got a unit down. $80 in total for all Diablo 3 copies. So if you have 25 of them, you can sell them for $4 each and still make a profit on it. Assuming, well, maybe make it 5 because shipping would take a big chunk out of that. Maybe even 10. Because, I mean, sending CD's media rate would probably cost you about $3 or $4. Rosetta Stone was $200 for all 3 levels. I think that is a good price. I've heard that people have bought it on sale for like $100 to $120 for 1 level, so $200 for 3 levels sounds like a good deal. I'm gonna tell my friend I'm furry. I'm worried he's not gonna be friends with me. I mean, that decision is up to you, Hayden. Like, how important is it for you to live your truth? Is furry an important identity for you?